is with us here for an interview. Hey, Brandana, thanks for joining us. Just wanted to ask you a couple quick questions after that 1-1.
Yep.
First thing that comes to mind for me is that you guys essentially ran almost an identical comp in both games.
Correct.
Obviously, in game one, didn't work out so well. Game two seems like it, went to the win conditions, went the way you guys wanted it to. In your opinion, what was the difference?
I think game one we kind of had the first game jitters a little bit. We haven't played a whole lot together, and I think maybe the Vayne pick wasn't as great as it could have been, but when stuff starts to fall apart, then it's just kind of a slide and you're just going down. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, second game we decided I pick an ADC that I can get damage out easier than Vayne, even though I can obviously put out damage on Vayne, but it just happened too quick.
Yeah, yeah. I think we saw, especially in that second to last team fight down by the dragon, you just raining in the rockets from
Yeah,
long range, which is something that Vayne would not be able to do.
no, and all that AOE just a bonus to that. I don't really have to
Absolutely.
focus anyone.
Yeah, hitting everyone at once. You talked about how you guys haven't played that much together yet. What are your initial impressions of this team?
My team or the team I just faced?
Your team. How do you
Um,
assess your chances moving forward?
I think we'll be fine. We just got to work out some kinks yet. And like I said, I think first game we've never played that much together,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been doing a lot of like 3-man stuff. We've never actually been like all five of us in a lobby. So I think just have to figure some stuff out.
Sure. Growing pains makes sense. All right, and
Yeah.
then the last thing I wanted to ask is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I see you as generally a guy who likes to play aggressive in lane, and I think that Gregosaurus is a similar type of support. Do you plan on playing characters that are maybe more snowbally in the bot lane, or do you like playing the hyper carry like Jinx and Vayne?
What do you want to see?
I mean, I like seeing aggressive play, but
I mean, it doesn't help when said team bans 5 things against bot lane, so
sure.
it really limits numbers. But
Mhm.
this shows that you can limit my numbers and we can still do well.
Sounds good. All right. Anything you wanted to ask, Kenos?
No, I'm good. Congratulations on the comeback.
All right. Thanks for your time, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Yeah. GG White Wolf.
All right, so as Jeff pointed out there, Kenos is back for the last 2 games we got going on here, Northern Storm Blitzkrieg, and we do have Truffle as well. How's it going, Truffle?
It's going great. How about yourself, Ken? It's a long time no cast.
Indeed. That's going all right. Yeah, good to see comeback under the belt there. It was a little spooky for 9 lives there a little bit there in that second game. I was being a little down on them, but good job of them holding that out. And,
Yeah, it's when you start losing momentum like that, it's so hard to recapture it sometimes. But they certainly pulled it off.
and now we have the rare treat of having our old commissioner Sigtao Lord being in this game. So we could say some nice things about him, I'm sure. But before we go into that, we'll say some nice things about the community. With this particular game being dedicated and sponsored by the LCUS community, particularly our Twitch Prime subs. Have a list pulled up here, but also some new ones that came in today. Ashway, Timo, others I may have missed. Wouldn't be able to do this without all of your support and attention and giving us ideas about how to improve day in, day out. So thank you all for that, and keep subbing if you haven't. Alright, so with all the sappy stuff out of the way, we can move into Northern Storm Blitzkrieg and see what kind of games they have for us. Third set, let's go.
With these 2 new teams, I'm very interested in what foot they're going to choose to put forward for their very first match. What strategies are they going to use? Starting with the Zedman, it's been a minute since I've seen that. I know it's one of Zaya's picks.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, as we said, got to get lucky now in a new role. I believe it's supposed to be ADC, but the position is swapped there. So we'll see how that goes. 2 assassin characters banned first. Sejuani, who was an LCUS mainstay last split, getting some love.
Yeah, so far hasn't been in any games, but that speaks a lot to the junglers that we've seen, unless there's a such in the first set. So far, some targeted bans being thrown at Sigtao Infinite, both Fizz and Malzahar, heavily targeting his primary picks.
Yeah, got to get that out of there. That's probably the role that people know the most. I mean, obviously, Shaken Not Stirred has had some impact, but took some time, adjusted a little bit, so a little bit out there. I mean, obviously, and then Sigtao Lord is a bit of an unknown. I mean, obviously, know he likes playing support, know he likes Bard. But other than that,
we know that he likes to joke that he's a challenger.
Yes. Unfortunately, we won't hear any of those jokes because he's not on the line. All right.
Oh, and I was wondering if Shaken Not Stirred was going to make it through the whole pick ban phase without a ban thrown at him. He did take last split off, so I don't think people are as cognizant of the fact that he is very capable of hard carrying a team. It does help that he's matched up against another very excellent top laner and washed up top laner, don't let the name fool you, who is on his Renekton. He is devastating on this pick.
Yeah, I think Northern Storm forgot that Renekton was a thing, so they're going to learn. And we'll see if they can make it out. Assuming that Tahm Kench is top, that would be a good durable boy to hold up against Renekton's high damage output, but we'll see if that is actually what's happening. Shaken has played Tahm Kench top rather successfully before.
It's such a niche pick that people don't even know how to play against it, and it's very easy to not respect his damage because there is absolutely some damage in his kit.
Interested to see if the Pyke pick comes through here. I'm not expecting it to, but we'll see if they do lock it in or they're just hovering it for 20 seconds. Yep.
It's the old juke out
Alright,
pick.
so Jarvan got banned a couple of times in the first set, so nice to see him come through now as well. And Lee Sin making another appearance.
Yeah, neither of these champions were in my previous set, so I'm very happy that we're opening up the pool a little bit, and I gotta see a new kind of set of players. I am wondering what the next pick is going to be. That Lux could be a flex pick, but let's see if Xayah picks a counter pick to that Lux right off the bat, or if they show a different role.
Yeah, I'm expecting if Xayah doesn't grabs the Ahri. I was gonna say doesn't pick the mid lane. We'll see a lot more mid lane bans, but instead we're leaving the bot lane open. See what kind of picks Gotta Get Lucky takes that. I wonder if they'll ban Kennen just for the heck of it. Obviously, Kennen is not the most normal ADC to see, but Gotta Get Lucky loves Kennen.
Yeah, and I know in the EU series, Kennen's a much more common ADC. At least a couple of players like to pick him. Yeah, I gotta say I don't really know much of Gotta Get Lucky's champ pool.
Well, they're banning Jinx, so maybe somebody knows something we don't. We'll see what the last couple of bans are here. Getting rid of the Sever. A lot of other ADC possibilities to take out here if they want to ban another ADC. So, I mean, it's literally the entire ADC pool. So there's not really too much you can just guess on this. Maybe Misfortune. Maybe they won't ban anything. Okay. Take out the Soraka. So we've taken a stab at what they were thinking Sigtao Lord would play.
Yeah, I always thought of him for his Blitzkrieg, so we'll see what happens here. Because I for one would love to see a Blitzkrieg in the LCUS. That Morgana is a hard counter to Blitzkrieg, so let's see what they pick. Lulu's a strong champion for. Oh, which?
Blitzkrieg.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you. I was trying to remember who's on which side.
Yeah, Blitzkrieg, Lulu is always a strong pick, regardless of the team comps. She's got great lockdown potential, great surprise burst, health, along with damage.
Yeah. Okay, Tristana pick for Northern Storm. A safe pick. but one that takes forever to scale up. So we'll see how this one works out in organized team play. Last I looked, Tristana was not a particularly strong ADC in solo queue. Moment of truth, what support are we going to get?
Thresh.
Nice. Threshes are always a treat to watch, even more so if they're done well.
And let's see what the ADC is. We've been waiting minutes for this pick. Gotta get lucky. Second new ADC player, what's it gonna be?
If I was Blitzkrieg, I would be looking for a safe ADC that brought self-peel. Xayah is one of my favorite ADCs, and I'm a little bit biased. Caitlyn is an excellent pick in that same regard. I actually really like that pick.
Both new ADCs started with Caitlyn. Get original, guys. Come on.
I think that speaks something to how hard Caitlyn is to play, which I know my bot lane friends are going to agree with that one. But
all right, so we don't really have too much in the way of real tanks coming out of Blitzkrieg here. Renekton will obviously, or probably, be going more on the damage front because Washed Up top laner is so dominant with it. So maybe that's something Northern Storm can take advantage of. But on the other hand, Northern Storm does not have huge damage really coming out of their team right now, I would say.
Right, and you can always build Jarvan into damage, and there is a lot of surprising damage if you build him that way, but then he's not going to be able to frontline at all, and they really do need him to frontline. So I'm very interested to see what style of build that Chaos goes for on that Jarvan.
I mean, if Tristana can prevent getting locked down, I think Northern Storm should be able to win this pretty easily. Just with the kind of lineup they have versus a somewhat squishier lineup coming out of Blitzkrieg. But go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
After you.
Speaking to Blitzkrieg, though, I don't think that their comp is designed to be a front-to-back team fight. I think it's supposed to be a pick comp where you're going to try to separate and spread out the team, similar to what Nine Lives did last game.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely the possibility of that, especially considering just how impactful a sudden Renekton or Lee Sin can be in any sort of engagement. We do see teleport only on the top laners, so there won't be as many surprise teleport hijinks as you see out of teams like Phoenix or Option 12 in this split and in previous splits. But yeah, down in the bot lane, going to be a little more durability from that Thresh, who obviously will be looking to get maybe some hooks. And Caitlyn is somewhat immobile if she doesn't have her net timing down. So that could be a bit of a challenge.
Exactly. It's definitely going to require some good positioning on Blitzkrieg, on our Blitzkrieg bot lane's part, because if that Thresh connects with either of them, it's going to not go well. Lulu has some peel, but it's going to be hard with a Thresh on top of you.
We did have the chat mentioning that the Lux pick is a comfort pick for Sigtao Infinite. So that might help balance out against the Renekton. But washed up top laner's Renekton is just so terrifying. So
yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see if he can punish Shaken Not Stirred's Tam, because Tam is a strong pick, but I'm not sure it's going to do well in the face of a huge lane bully like Renekton.
Yeah, I mean, we will have to see. Tom Kench has surprised me a couple of times. I've been critical of him in the past when games don't go well for him because he has no damage output at all in those cases. But if the games do go well, then he can be a big threat. So if they find some way to funnel some food into that Tom Kench, he should go far.
We'll have to see if Chaotix does the same style of play that Fat Lee used to do, where it was usually a couple of ganks in the top early to get that ball rolling. It wasn't always that way, but that was the go-to play. We'll see if they adopt a similar strategy for this one, or if maybe they want to focus on a different lane and try to get that rolling instead.
All right, so we are moving into our last set of games of the night. Truffle, who's going to win?
You know what? I really want to see Blitzkrieg do well. I really want them to bury the meme of their last split. Different players, obviously, but I'm gonna give it to Blitzkrieg.
All right. I still think Northern Storm's got a chance, but that Renekton is just so scary. But we'll go into the Nero skin showdown here, and see if the skins will help us get some insight.
Because comfort picks have comfort skins, right? That's
Right, I mean, if it's your comfort pick, you should have good skins, and you do. You got Elementalist Lux, Blood Fury Renekton. I'm not a big connoisseur for Renekton skins, so can't say too much about that.
I definitely like that one. The sort of humorous skins, the ones that don't take themselves seriously, always get my vote. So that would be Toy Renekton. But across the board, we got a skinless Lulu. Everyone else is bringing a really great skin. I'm a huge fan of Dragon Trainer Tristana.
Yeah, everyone uses her though.
Yeah, fair, but it is a really good skin.
It is. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously, everyone uses it because it's a good skin, but at the same time, you see the same thing over and over and over again.
I suppose. Let's see. Who do you think wins it overall?
I'd say Northern Storm, just because Elementalist Lux carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the skin battle a Northern Storm as well. I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Well, we'll see.
Not a bad showing though.
We'll see if it carries through. Washed up top laner being the slow computer of the day.
It's a washed up computer as well.
Someone buy that man some RAM. Or an SSD or something.
All I ever do is plug in plug in a couple extra toasters if it gets too bad.
All right.
Let's see. I'm taking a look at the masteries here. I'm not seeing anything out of what I'd expect from either team.
All right. Well, we'll see if they have any sort of invade strategies here that will make it a little bit out of the ordinary. They are moving as a group, or at least Northern Storm is. Lux gets stuck there a little bit. Looks as though Blitzkrieg's trying something a little more spread out, so we'll see if they get punished for that. Nope, they just get all well, actually, at least they may not have seen that. Right, see what happens.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the sneaky play is going to be. There is a ward that will spot them from the pixel brush, so they're going to get seen no matter what they do, but...
I think they were possibly hoping to catch somebody before they dropped the ward in that bush.
Yeah,
that'd be my best guess. They were hoping for somebody to walk toward that bush and then grab them as they were heading back. But they're not going to get that. Ooh, Thresh started with Death Sentence to try to make that happen.
Oh, look at that. What a sick play. Immediately got flash out of Gotta Get Lucky. Gotta Get Lucky is going to survive this, but man, that was a hook.
Yeah. That was a really good job there. Interesting to see Exia start Charm first. I'm not sure that's standard on Ahri. Not a big Ahri player.
Yeah, I wouldn't think I haven't played Ahri myself in a long time, so I'm not sure. But I thought you would normally start with the Q.
Right, so getting blue buff there. Jarvan already with red. Gonna get spotted by this ward, so we'll see if he suffers for that at all. Looks like he's trying to steal. Nope, just putting a ward down. Okay. Which they also see. So going straight for that crab.
Yep, basically just making sure that he's not going to get in trouble here while going for that crab. Makes sense. It's a smart play.
I guess he's getting a little poke, nothing too major. Sigtal Lord misses his first shot at a hook down there. And Shaken is getting zoned pretty hard at the moment.
Man, that is a huge wave. It's very important to farm that well under turret. I know Shaken's no amateur, so he'll probably get most of them, but right away that lane bully status for Renekton is starting to make things difficult for Shaken not stirred.
Fortunately, he does have the durability to make up for it if it comes to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably not going to be kill pressure, but there will be like some CS loss and that kind of stuff.
We might have a jungle encounter here, blue versus red buff. Sick Nasty's thinking about it, or rather J-Dog's thinking about it. Ooh, does land it. Now if you're Chaos here, you're going. Come on, do it. Do it.
Do it, you won't.
Yep. Alright. Shaken actually pressuring washed up top laner rather hard as well, using that durability at his advantage.
Playing around the never mind. Playing around the rage timer very well. Shaken definitely knows the matchup.
Mid lane, Exia definitely taking advantage of Ahri's healing, covering from that poke damage. Poor Sigtao Infinite, not so fortunate with Lux, but Lux has laser beams, so it makes up for it.
Exactly. Fishing for a gank here in mid lane out of Lee Sin. Let's see if anything comes out of it.
Might be able to. The minion wave positioned itself unfavorably. Yep. Oh.
Immediately gets a flash. Great play.
Does get the barrier as well.
Oh, even then, man, that was absolutely worth it. I'm liking this Lee Sin. Lee Sin's been in such a bad spot lately. I wasn't sure what I expected out of Sick Nasty's Lee Sin, but absolutely making it work right off the bat.
Shaken and Renekton both very low, or Shaken and top laning rather. CS more or less equal, so Shaken has definitely been coming back from the deficit he was under. Washed up thinking of diving, takes a tower shot for it. Infinite is at very low mana, so I may think about coming back. Well, Shaken is teleporting back here, delaying this lane by quite a bit. Does get a stun for his trouble, but gets out, no problem. Bot lane here, Fawn is significantly ahead of Gotta Get Lucky. 10 CS already. Just using that pressure from Sigtao Lord, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. And the missing flash means that Gotta Get Lucky can't play aggressively to counter or anything like that. He just has to accept that he's going to be losing CS. For the third game in a row, the first Drake is another Infernal. I love these matches a lot, so I'm very happy to see that.
Does increase pressure, that's for sure. Alright, top laner goes back. We'll see if he decides to use his teleport. Looks like he's thinking of walking. So saving that for a gank, hopefully.
Yep, a gank or the upcoming fight about Inferno or something like that. It's very critical that he keeps that, especially if they're going to posture over these neutral objectives.
Well, we'll see, you know, in, what is it, 6 minutes? If he's wasted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they do have a big advantage because Shaken Monster did teleport back to lane, so it could, if Blitzkrieg did want to force it, they can make a 4v5 fight at any time they wanted.
J-Dog and Chaos fighting a little bit more. Chaos getting the better this time. Alright, bot lanes for Blitzkrieg are now going back. Northern Storm's bot lanes went back a little bit earlier due to the CS lead. So both sides getting their BF sword. Ooh, good trade there by Sigtao, manages to avoid the charm. Does have laser available, didn't decide to use it.
Yep, just get a little bit of poke down. Nice restraint shown, but nice to get that poke damage in as well. Ahri's natural sustain is going to help out quite a lot with that, though.
A lot of ping in the bot lane. Fight between the two top laners, but Shaken just pops his thick skin. He's fine. Lee Sin headed top. Just for some more jungling. Both junglers being rather passive so far.
Looking at the build paths, it might be a little bit too early to call it, but I think Chaosix is going on a damage route, which does alleviate the lack of damage, especially the early game damage that Northern Storm is dealing with, but their front line is going to be a little bit lacking.
Well, hopefully Tom Kench can make up for that. Thresh is doing a lot of warding here. Sigtao Lord traveling around. Ooh, J-Dog is caught. I burst on that. Laser would not be remiss. Chaos didn't decide to go in there. That's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with that electrocute keystone, he absolutely could burst out the champion. Now the tables have turned and Chaosic is the one that's in trouble.
He is caught out of position. A little bit to 6. Oh, and now washed up top laner is caught. This should be first blood. Emotes aplenty.
Interesting, interesting little exchange of positioning there. Eventually, it works out that that Blitzkrieg gets out-rotated by Northern Storm for that first blood. Very well executed.
I have to imagine top laner is going to teleport back to lane now. He doesn't want to get any further behind.
Yeah, we'll see. If he doesn't, it's certainly showing that he very much values that.
No, he's not. Yeah, wait. Yep, there he is. Yep. Okay, so he's teleporting back. Fortunately for him, Shaken did not get that kill, only the assist. So the gold advantage is not too terrible. In fact, he's only down by about 70. But just making sure that in the walk back, Shaken does not get further ahead. Or catch up.
And in fact, because of that death, Washed Up Top Laner was able to go back and spend his gold, and actually already has that Tiamat and a not small amount of health as well. So at least until Shaken Master recalls, which he has done, it'd actually be an advantage to Washed Up Top Laner.
Chaos is now heading to turret. Maybe to... Nope, he's just going to teleport back or go home. Sigtao did a rotation. See if he can get anything out of it. Snare should be pretty good if he can land it. Flashes abound. Snare does finally land. Laser hits, but Embiggen prevents it.
Well played out of Blitzkrieg there. Lulu was able to, yeah, exactly. Wild Growth, throw a shield on. There was no danger there. Got lucky, even has most of his health left. So really well played out of Blitzkrieg.
Trying to think what character has the Embiggen spell that I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, Lulu, you got it. Wild Growth will make him.
Well, sure, but a spell called Embiggen, not just.
Oh.
I don't know, maybe it's a D&D thing. Anyway, so we have Washed Up Top Laner once again coming back. Finally picked up some boots, so get back to lane that a little bit faster. Shaken has not completed an item yet, just with the Giant's Belt and Chain Vest.
If I'm not mistaken, he's either going for Sunfire or Deadman's Plate. So that's either one is a very important item for him, but pretty expensive as well.
Yeah, Deadman's could be interesting to see on Tom Kench. Looks like we have Blitzkrieg making the first move on that dragon. There is a control ward on it from Northern Storm, so they see this happening. Mid lane.
Actually, goes in hard on Sigtao Infinite. It looks like a disengage, but another barrier spent in exchange for...
Laser steals it.
Oh!
Great job there by Sigtao Infinite, keeping that distance, keeping that range. That's why you kill the wards in the Dragon Pit, people.
Right, exactly. Make it so that's not even an option, but but still, credit where credit is due. Sigtao Infinite, that was a great laser. Well done.
And it looks like Smite was not available. No, it was. Smite was up, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, it could have just come up or something. Yeah, but all in all, it doesn't feel good, especially on an Infernal.
Yeah, especially an Infernal with Lux on the other team, because that's just going to increase that laser beam damage so much. Not to mention because Northern Storm is a team without a lot of damage, as we said. So now having that extra little bit of burst will help them.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like they're thinking of trying to bully top laner here. Snare does land. Yeah, I don't agree with the ult there because you're against a Renekton, but it was close. Laser misses. Well, clips him. But
that is a tanky crocodile.
yeah, those health gaining ults. Can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Close though.
Yeah, it was a good effort. Might have saved the ult, but I mean the cooldown is reasonable, so they should be all right. Might have had some overconfidence there, stuck around a little bit longer. But that's fine. Alright, so bot lane, gotta get lucky, still trying to catch up in CS. Down by 10-ish. Does have a completed item though, whereas Tristana does not. Have Northern Storm going for the objective up here in the top area. Should be able to get it. It doesn't look like anyone's coming to contest. There's no wards on it either.
Yep, and barring anything crazy here, that is a Rift Herald secured for Northern Storm basically just on macro play. That is well executed macro play. Northern Storm's macro play is impressing me this game.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. Blitzkrieg seems to be sitting on their hands right now. They seem perfectly content with just farming and farming and farming, and be waiting for an opening. But I mean, we haven't seen. J-Dog hasn't really been as aggressive as you might expect a Lee Sin player to be. There's been a couple of attempts at mid lane, but other than that.
Right, and they did make the rotation to the Infernal. It just didn't work out their way, and that was mostly well done, just without the smite secure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they are making plays on objectives, but they aren't trying to create those plays. They're more just kind of waiting for them to develop on their own, it seems. We have J-Dog coming to mid again. Oh, doesn't even need it. Sigtal Lord's showing up there. But
was nice enough to tank the turret there
yeah.
for Exia, but
yeah.
Mostly moral support.
Great play by Exia. Shows the insane burst potential that Ahri provides, even with almost no AP items either.
Yeah, that was just execute and a lot of damage. Big scuffle up in top lane, just another trade, but
J-Dog tries to get in on it, but just kicks him away. Probably was hoping the kick went the other direction.
He just tells him to stay out. It's top lane.
Yeah, we've all had we have all had Lee Sin plays like that. All right, so Exia does get first turret. Good job on that kill secure. Ooh, flash down the bot lane. That's probably another flash, and they knock him out. But those wonderful timed explosives in Tristana's back pocket get something done. Here comes washed up top laner trying to make something happen. Focusing a little too much on the Herald. Senpai pays for it.
Yeah, and Ahri's in place too.
Yeah.
Manages to kill the Rift Herald, but does Exia make it out okay? That's a binding from Lux. No, he doesn't.
You're a little behind me, Joe.
Am I?
Yeah. Alright, so it looks as though they should be able to get this turret. No problem at all there. Furthering their lead, though it is still under 1k gold. Possible fight up here in the top lane. Shaken really looking to get on J-Dog here. Might be able to do it too. That little bit of a slow. No. Lee Sin's mobility is too good. Next dragon coming up in less than a minute is an Ocean Drake. That could help out either team, obviously. Blitzkrieg might want it for two reasons. One, since they lack that durability, could definitely use that to get some regeneration back. And two, you don't want two Drakes on the other team.
Yeah.
But no wards on it currently. So we'll have to see who makes the first move onto that. Bot lane both went back, giving Gotta Get Lucky more time to farm up. Both Gotta Get Lucky and Tristana's over there on similar build paths currently. Crits, attack speed, all good things.
The only difference is that Tristana is just a little bit further ahead due to that CS lead that he's starting to develop.
Ooh, flash laser there. Snare hits Lulu, who grows herself. Should be able to get out. Lot of good traps there. But no tower, so that could... Ooh, pixels. Big collapse coming here, though. Here comes J-Dog, Exia, and washed up top lane. It's a 5-man go down here. Senpai gets picked off, but it may not matter. There goes the charm. Someone shut that Lux down. There is a lantern there. No one is taking it. Take the lantern not in this particular split. It's unfortunate. Meanwhile, Fan Chase Gotta Get Lucky all the way to Narnia. But J-Dog finishes it up.
That was a great collapse and cleanup out of...
Missed a little bit more of that exchange there. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. Well, just when I was trying to compliment it, they said, nope, it's not good enough yet. And Team Blitzkrieg really wants that dragon cleaned up very nicely on the back end of that team fight.
Alright, Blitzkrieg must have heard me talking about how there wasn't enough attempt to make plays. They just collapsed and made a big play right there. And they should get the dragon. Chaos tries to go in, little delayed, has to burn flash to get out. Meanwhile, Shaken secures top lane, so not letting these things go unanswered. But probably going to fall back, we've got to get lucky. And Lofi up there. Alright, so Exia and Infinite still battling it out in the mid lane. There is no turret for Infinite to fall back on, so got to look out for that Lee Sin or anyone else getting behind him. Seems like J-Dog is saving it for saving blue buff for Exia here, who gets it. And now mid lane rotation coming out of Gotta Get Lucky and Lofi. Almost spots Chaos, but does not manage it. A lot of wards coming down. Really loving this ward play from Blitzkrieg so far.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's just they're clearly winning the ward game, that is for sure.
Big gank here on Infinite. Tries to do some plays, doesn't quite manage it. Shaken comes to help with Sigtao Lord, but they're too little too late.
And a lot of that comes just down to the matchup. Comfort is solid, and everyone that plays League does give the very valuable advice that Comfort is better than matchup than counter picks in a lot of matchups. But this Ahri pick also looks like a Comfort pick for Exia, and I think it is. And it's just such a great pick into that Lux.
Alright, top turret is down. 3 turrets to 2 in favor of Blitzkrieg. Gold lead, still close to equal. Might have a big fight here on blue though. See what happens. Jarvan does go in. Big jump in there. That's probably a little too aggressive, and Fan pays for it. This is going in Blitzkrieg's favor so far. A lot of damage in the backside there, but that's just one Tom Kench who does get lanterned out.
And I'm not sure if I saw that right, but I think he might have gotten kicked into lantern range in another one of those awkward Lee Sin kicks.
Oof. Exia using Ahri's mobility to great effect here. Big hook. Doesn't quite get too much done. 2 tower shots though. And now Washed Up's looking for meat. Does get licked a little bit there. Gotta get out. Alright, so definitely in Blitzkrieg's favor there. Good job with the flanks and turnarounds. And just Fan has to, on that Tristana, really has to not do that. Not jump in on 5 people.
That's not exactly what you're supposed to do with that. Some solid advice.
I'd have to guess he just didn't realize how many people were there. Probably just saw the beginning of it, thought, oh sure, you know, it's a 2v3 or whatever, we can probably do this, and then suddenly the whole team was there.
Right, exactly. It's just mid jump, and that was the moment I knew I messed up.
Right.
But yeah, let's take a look at it. There is a 2,500 gold lead coming out of Blitzkrieg, so definitely got the momentum at the moment. Let's see if they're going to be able to continue playing this, because I do think that Northern Storm has the better team fight team, and I'm interested to see if Blitzkrieg are able to capitalize on this lead and play towards their win conditions.
We look like we got another fight brewing here in the mid lane. Sigtao, Infinite, Lord, and Chaos are all hanging out there. Next dragon will be up eventually. It's an Infernal. Baron spawned 2 minutes ago. Another route there, though, cancels anything Exia may have wanted to do. And Washed Up top laner is split pushing. Does have teleport available.
And that's perfect. He's set up on the side that he wants to be in, and he's got his split push, which is part of his win condition. Although Tom Kench, I don't think minds being in a solo lane either, so not a bad pick into that Renekton. But it's good to see that they are successful playing around their win conditions.
Yeah, Exia takes a little bit of damage there, but manages to get out of it. Tom Kench is pushing Washed Up top laner back. We'll see if she can get anything done there. Doesn't quite look like it. That top lane is going pretty well, building up there. I'm pretty sure it's heavily in Northern Storm's favor right now. So we'll see when someone from Blitzkrieg goes up to deal with that. Dragon up in 75 seconds. Another Infernal is going to be a really big deal for either team. Still about 2.5k gold lead. Yeah, there goes Exia to deal with that lane. Get some of that extra farm. Exia is up on Sigtal Infinite's Lux by a significant amount.
Yeah, taking a look at the items, he's working his way towards a Rabadon's Death Cap, which is going to be a big item spike once it gets accomplished, and it's once it gets completed, and it is almost there as they posture around the Baron Pit for that next Inferno. Yeah, you're right.
All right, ooh, gotta get lucky going a little too far forward, gets picked off. That could be the advantage that Northern Storm needs to feel confident about this dragon. Because that's going to be a huge loss of damage, and the dragon will be up before Gotta Get Lucky respawns.
Both AD carries getting a little bit ahead of themselves at various points in this game. It was just Gotta Get Lucky's turn.
Yeah, I think he was predicting that his team was going to be a little more aggressive on the right side of the map there to try to give him an opening, but instead everyone just turned on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, Dragon just spawned. Interesting to see Northern Storm get a little out of position there. I thought they would have wanted to cement themselves where they were. It looks like, well, obviously with that teleport, who can say, but it looks as though Blitzkrieg is giving this up. Yeah, definitely giving this up.
Yeah, it's very hard to win a team fight once your AD carries not there, and I think that was a wise decision to just back off and concede the dragon.
Shaken now stirred, got a little aggressive. Ooh, good charm there by Exia, forcing barrier out of Sigtal Infinite. Oh, damage fight here. Washed up top laner. There's a Shaken. Shaken stalling, but actually taken down. Washed Up has to get out of there. Washed Up getting owned by Tom Kench. Gets the stun as well. He's got to run. That tongue range is too good.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so close. But well played by Shaken Not Start.
All Tom Kench haters, myself included, need to see that a couple of times in slow motion.
Yeah.
Here he comes again. Big damage put out though, so he's got to fall back.
He did flash forward for that too, which was a little too aggressive.
Laser misses. Teleport is available for both top laners still. So those sorts of positions will get there. And now that Tom Kench has that Warmog, he can basically do whatever he wants as long as he gets out alive.
Yeah, the period where Renekton was going to maybe eke out an advantage over this, Tom Kench has come and passed, and Shaken Not Stirred is playing very well, and in fact has the lead himself, so well played during the laning phase for Shaken Not Stirred.
That being said, he doesn't have the damage to solo Baron yet, so...
Yeah, that's fair. Axia almost has the damage to solo Sigtal Lord, and Thresh is not the squishiest member on the team either. So that's actually a lot of damage coming out of Axia, and he's about to complete that Rabadon's Death Cap.
Just did.
There it is, perfect. I think that there's going to be a lot of surprising damage in this next engage if Exia gets the engage he's looking for.
Yeah, Exia has been dealing a lot of incredible burst damage here. Here comes Shaken again. He wants some crocodile. Tasty, tasty crocodile. Let's see what happens. Oh, meanwhile fighting down here. Fan picks up 2 kills. Still trying to bully Wash Up top laner. Desperately trying to get to turret. Gets eaten instead. Can they get the snare right? Oh, top laner just goes straight onto that Lux. Probably going to at least get the flash. Might get more. Avoids the slow. Here comes Senpai. Might get something here as well. Sigtal Infinite very low. They're probably going to... Yep. All right. And they get out. Maybe. Maybe. Thinking about it.
The little dance back and forth, but that was really well played out of Blitzkrieg. Washed Up top laner fought very hard, and Senpai showed up exactly when he needed to.
Yeah, I mean that is something that they should definitely try to take advantage of. Is the fact that sure, it's possible or likely that Shaken could probably beat Washed Up top laner in a one-on-one fight. That being said, it will take a while. So what they can do is they can take advantage of the fact that someone might try to come and help Shaken, and then pick them off, which is exactly what they just did to Sigtal Infinite.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if they can pull it off again. This is the first little scuffle of Exia, and I'm looking at that damage, but I don't think that Tom Kench is exactly the person that he was hoping to burst down.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And of course, it also is good to get those rotations working when they do, because you don't want to leave somebody out if it's very clear that, you know, there is an advantage to be taken. And they have the ability to do it, because while they do not have the tankiest champions, they do have the ability to turn around fights if they let themselves do that. And so they just need to give themselves these opportunities, and we'll see if they do. Next dragon, which will be up soon, is another Ocean Drake. So we might have two Infernals versus two Oceans, depending what Blitzkrieg does here. But they're kind of on their back foot right now.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely swung towards Northern Storm, at least in this section of time. Those traps are going to help out, but there's nothing they can do to keep this turret up.
Yeah, with I think now Shaken Not Stirred has actually come online and announced that he came online by beating that Renekton basically one-on-one. That they're a lot more concerned about going into fights.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, with the gold that he's generated since then, he's actually started building magic resistance to deal with the rest of the team as well. So obviously very confident in his 1v1 matchup with Renekton.
Exia now in a little bit of trouble, looking for the jukes. Doesn't have the jukes. He is completely surrounded. With the turret counting. Alright, so it's chasing the fox now. It's the fox and the hounds. Let's see what happens. Oh, does almost with the dash. Turns. Does get poor Fawn.
Oh, there it is. That is an assassin assassinating, and for the second time in a row, Tristana, or not the second time in a row, but for the second time this game, Fawn's Tristana overextends further than she should have.
Yeah, overestimating her damage or underestimating Ari's. Either way, it's not good to see. Because that Ari should not have gotten anything out of that death collapse.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure Exia is very okay with how that worked out once he was already getting collapsed on.
Meanwhile, Gotta Get Lucky gets collapsed on.
For Tat, Gotta Get Lucky is very motivated to keep it 1-to-1 with Fawn's overextensions. Ooh, and Dragon is halfway underway here, but it looks like they backed off.
Yeah.
Interesting that there's it was started by Team Blitzkrieg, but Northern Storm was able to get 3 players in position faster anyways, and...
Alright. Does get Senpai there, but now the counter-attack, Blitzkrieg clearing it up with kill everyone that isn't shaken, not stirred, and you can get work done. Good knockaway there by Fan, but not enough. Jarvan here trying to make something happen. Should be able to get... Alright, so now, can Renekton get anything done here? Gotta Get Lucky, where are you? Coming in now. Throw down some traps, good. Oh man, run! Yep.
Oh no, he already netted too. Oh no.
Good trap. Nope, trap went the wrong way. Oh, trap maybe? Yeah, that net was a really bad idea.
Oh no.
Alright. So, almost an ace coming out of Northern Storm there. Gold lead is now equal. And they're going for their 3rd dragon.
Yeah, and after all of this, Dragon is still up. That was a lot of posturing for that.
Yeah, ward coverage has been lacking a little bit here, but they got their dragon. So, objectives all over the place. Tower numbers haven't changed that much in the last 12 minutes or so.
No, it's the focus has shifted over to competing over neutral objectives, which actually sort of had the effect of slowing down the game. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but Northern Storm was able to make up all of the gold difference, and we're at basically even at this moment in the game at 33 minutes into the game.
Alright, so Baron is still an option. Just cleared some wards off of that. But here comes Lofi, but unfortunately gets that stopped by a control ward. Washed up top laner still trying to farm, is almost at full build. Getting there, needs another item or two. And if we look at where the gold is situated, despite some questionable plays, Fawn on his Tristana still has the most gold on the team. So 5, 4, and 3, but you get that 322 CS into consideration. Doesn't matter how many times he died.
Yeah, exactly. He's farming like a madman.
Alright, hook from Sigtao Lord misses, but probably didn't want that engage anyway. And now they're going to try to bait. Not as well as you might hope. Looks like Shaken just kind of wants to go in, and everyone else is following the big man. So here we go. Let's see who they collapse on here. Top laner's in a lot of trouble. Dives forward, tries to get on Sigtao Lord. Does get really big there and does manage to take out Sigtao Lord. They lose Ahri in the exchange. A huge mess of particle effects going out here. Double kill, lockdown. We'll see if Gotta Get Lucky can get out. Does have the net to get over the wall. Sigtao Infinite taken out as well. Senpai is running. We do have J-Dog managing to help take out Trist there. Triple kill for Gotta Get Lucky. We'll see if they can take out Shaken. Shaken running is a little surprising to me, but now he's assigned to stand his ground. We'll see if it's too little too late. Does have Gotta Get Lucky there. That spit is so powerful though. One more hit should do it. Does the tongue get it? Yes, it does, and now it's a little fairy versus a big frogman.
Caitlyn played that. Gotta Get Lucky played that very well up until he jumped directly on top of Shaken Not Stirred, which is exactly what Shaken Not Stirred needed in order to turn that fight. Still, though, a triple kill coming out of Gotta Get Lucky. That's a great play. Excellent cleanup on his part because, like you mentioned, Xayah was one of the first people to fall onto that fight. So, all in all, great fight out of Gotta Get Lucky, but great fight out of the team Northern Star.
Exia here to try to make up for lost time on Shaken. Shaken is just so durable, though. He may just walk all the way home. Yep, just going home. Nothing matters, guys. It's all fine. And
yeah, he's just going to get halfway down the lane and regen it. Yeah, exactly.
Right. 200 hit points a second. Yeah, that's fine. And they're just going straight to Baron Pit. Why not? Alright, no...
great ward coverage, too.
Yeah. No vision on it. Now there is a control ward. Washed up top laner trying to contest while the rest of his team hurries over. Washed up top laner is doing a pretty good job, though, peeling off most of the damage dealers here. They're all jumping on him, but that means they aren't focusing on Baron. Exia way too far forward here. Gonna get picked off. Nope. Not, but top laner is, and everyone else is pretty weak. This is where not having a tank becomes a problem.
Yeah, but in while very fair, tank would have helped that team fight a lot. The problem was that the team was out of position. Washed up top laner did all he could, and tank or not was never going to survive long enough for his team to get in place.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, top laner should have postured a little bit more and avoided damage a little bit more as well. But we'll see what happens here. They could still steal it. Stranger things have happened. They do steal it. That's
Lee Sin, King of Steals, way to go. Flashes, even makes it out, except for he doesn't do the Lux Laser. I'm probably 3 seconds or something behind you.
Yeah, 1 or 2, it's fine. But that's 2 Baron steals we've had today already. It's crazy.
Yeah, I love Baron steals. Having been a jungler, I've both stolen and had my Barons stole, and it's always such a top priority for the jungler to try to secure that or try to steal that. I just love seeing steals come through.
I believe we've seen a couple of those in the LCUS, in fact.
Maybe more that I lost than I stole, but...
Alright, so now the gold, despite being down in kills, has swung over to Blitzkrieg's favor for the time being. We'll see if that stays. More than likely, Fawn will just farm another 400 CS and they'll be fine.
Yeah, taking a look at their items, let's see. Gotta Get Lucky's got 4 completed items. Fawn has 4 and a BF, so advantage there by about 40 attack damage, which is not insignificant. Meanwhile, Exia has got a lot more going for him over Sigtao Infinite. He's got 3.5 completed items to Sigtao Infinite's 2, and just generally speaking, has a lot more damage right now. Exia is terrifying if you're on Northern Storm. But speaking of terrifying, we have a giant frogman who refuses to die and kills you, and he is doing really well. He's very tanky as well. That's going to be a huge problem to deal with if you're on Blitzkrieg.
Exia is going hunting. Does jump on Fawn, and that's a dead Yordle. So now we'll see if they can take advantage of this. That is a huge gold deficit. Fawn is still the highest gold earner in the game, so that missing is a huge problem for them. Gotta get luckier though, taken very low as well. Maybe a little too used to playing forward-leaning champions here, and ends up taking a lot of shots.
Yeah, he's coming off, I think he was top lane last split, right? And
jungle and top lane, yeah.
Jungle and top lane, that's right. So a lot of engage on those roles, and I'm sure the switch isn't the easiest to make.
Yeah, let's all remember, gotta get lucky. Kind of dives in. It's just kind of the thing he does. Playing Kennen, and then thinking he's playing Kennen when he's playing other champions. Ooh, big grab there on Exia. Did manage to take out the Lux, but now probably going to get grabbed. Oh!
That Zhonya's is clutch.
And now they're going to get the Elder Drake.
Tahm Kench trying to get in position, isn't able. That is a huge play out of Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, it really is. Northern Storm needs to get some coordination. A little bit more coordinated on how they're moving into position, who is where. Get some more wards in their own jungle, especially, I think. So
yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. Not only was the AD carry standing directly on top of the tank, or no, I'm sorry, that was Lux. So Lux was directly on top of the tank, and they both got chunked out. But also they were walking in blind, and that's how it got set up in the first place. Both of those are problems that need to be addressed.
The game, I don't think, is quite at the point where it can end in one team fight, but it's going to get pretty rough here because they do have the Elder Drake buff for a while. So
it's going to be close. If there's like a all for nothing team fight or something like that, it would be very close to being finished. That we are starting to enter that threat range, especially with this Elder Drake buff on Blitzkrieg. That's a ton of damage.
But at the moment, they aren't doing anything with it. Ahri is split pushing. Lee Sin is busy in the jungle. So they're almost halfway done with Mark of the Elder Dragon already. And I don't know if they're going to get anything done with it. They may have just taken it to keep it away from Northern Storm, which, you know, it is a win in its own right, but not quite what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. I actually don't like the stance that Blitzkrieg is taking here. They've been playing a mean game by all means, but in this case they have a top laner, they have a scary Crocodile. That Crocodile has teleport and can be in a different lane, but isn't. And that would do a lot for applying pressure because Shaken Not Serve wouldn't be able to be that front line that he very much is for the entire time.
All right, with about a quarter of the time left on their Elder Drake buff, they are going for it right now. Let's see if they're able to make something happen here. Very defensive posture, good hook. Doesn't decide to do anything with it though. Probably for the best. Ooh, big charm there on Lord. Is saved just barely by Shaken. And there is no minion wave. Elder Dragon is going to be gone, I'd say about 15 seconds. And relatively nothing done with it. I mean, they got a lot of damage off on a Thresh. Congratulations.
Yeah, and who's recalled and walking back to lane as they speak. Oh no! Yeah. Gotta get lucky, gets chunked.
Renekton also gets grabbed and eaten. So Northern Storm reminding them that there may be a gold lead, but they actually have a lot of power. Oh, and here comes Shaken trying to make something happen here. Gets the flash out of the Lee Sin. Fortunately for Lulu, gets away.
Yep, Lulu's movement speed is going to get her to safety, and Lee Sin wisely flashes very early in that engagement to not let the slows start stacking up on him.
Winions take out a turret in the top lane. Exia's in a little bit of trouble, but does manage to get out of there with her high damage. Winions are
Shaken continuing to tank the turret. yeah, exactly. There's a huge wave in top lane. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And on bot lane stacked against Northern Storm as well. So this is something that they're going to have to deal with. Effectively ending the assault on the Nexus.
Yeah, they're heading back right now to try to deal with that. Looks as though they're actually going to try to get Baron. You can't. It's 40 seconds. You can't just sit on Baron for 40 seconds, guys. You got to do something else. All right, so Shaken goes to clean up. Can use teleport or his ultimate to get to Baron if it comes to it. Does get a ward on it, but that's cleaned up by Lofty, no problem. Or Lofi, no problem. All right, so we'll see how much Blitzkrieg wants to commit to this. They may, like I said, they may have the gold advantage, but there is a lot of scary forces over here on Northern Storm. And I mean, we're almost to the point where gold advantage doesn't really matter, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. We're about 5,000 gold across a team to the point where everyone is full build. So we're very close to the point where it's just everyone can kill everyone. All right,
Baron is started. Let's see what happens here. Do have Tom Kench just jumps right into the middle there. That's kind of an interesting choice. Top laner, meanwhile, goes for the squishies. Exia takes out Fawn, no problem here. Sigtal Lord gets a kill himself. Got to get Lucky taken out. Shaken's just kind of running around looking to eat somebody. Jarvan's Phoenix is popped, but here comes the rest of Blitzkrieg. Trying to close this in here. Top laner is bullying everybody. Shaken takes him out of the fight very wisely. Heal goes off. Big laser. Exia's in a lot of trouble. Does get baked up to avoid that. Top laner jumps on Chaos. J-Dog takes out Infinite. Lord is taken out as well. Shaken is not stirred is all that's left, and he cannot beat 4v1. I would hope.
Yeah. Like there's a moment of are you sure? But yeah. There were a lot of great plays in that fight. A lot of Guardian Angels pop too. That's got lasting impact on the rest of the match. And looking like a transition to that Baron uncontested, great pickup for Blitzkrieg. That might be the start of the end of the game.
Yeah, and we got to see the power of washed up top laner's Renekton there. It took Shaken Not Stirred out of the fight because he had to keep constantly making sure that top laner was not bullying the rest of his team.
Exactly. Something that I saw that I wanted to call out because there was a lot of it is Lofi Senpai was instrumental in Blitzkrieg winning that team fight. There was the very critical wild growth on Exia keeping Ahri in the match, which is where a ton of their damage is coming from. Constant shields, polymorphs. It was really well played. But that whole team fight in general was played to a expert degree.
Yeah, they did really well with that. And like you said, being able to pick off Fawn early, Lofi getting so much damage, or anti-damage even from all her support abilities out there. Really well done there. And now we'll have to see once again if Northern Storm can hold.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how Blitzkrieg goes to attack this. They've got Baron, they've got a teleport, Scary Crocodile. How are they going to set it up? What are they going to do to crack the base?
Looks as though at least Exia's trying to focus a little bit here on the bot lane.
Trying, but is
going
to get collapsed on here. But wisely backs off.
I would have liked to see Shaken. Oh, mid lane turret gets taken out. Gotta get lucky just knocking on the front door. See what happens here. They should get the inhibitor at least. They do. It looks like they're going to run. Yeah, head down to that bot lane where the other turret is taken down as well. Anyway, what I would have liked to see Shaken do there is I would have liked to see him ult behind the Ahri when Exia was pushing. Get some turmoil in that push, but instead they move forward. Exia wisely backs off, and now they're 2 turrets and an inhibitor down. Big laser there. Got to get lucky in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, oh, that came close to one-shotting. There's a lot of damage in that Lux as well. But all in all, Blitzkrieg is able to crack the base. They are backing up, but mission accomplished. It's not a solid wall anymore. They've got it, and they're getting in position in time for that Elder Drake spawn in the next 20 seconds.
10k gold lead now, so biggest gold lead of the match. And what has been a relatively close game.
Yeah, exactly. And we're getting to the point where items don't even, or gold doesn't even matter because everyone's got full items. And so now that the lead is starting to become large, it doesn't even matter anymore. But this whole game, when the gold did matter, it's been an incredibly close match.
Levels are actually going to become a bit of an issue. Sigtal Lord still isn't even 16.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be a bit of a problem. But we'll see what happens. I mean, even if they get the Elder Drake here, it's not the end of the world. They only have an Ocean Drake to be influenced. So it's less of a big impact than if Northern Storm steals it. Of course, Northern Storm would like to steal it, but they're busy getting destroyed by Exia as Sigtal Lord gets picked off. Blue team does steal the dragon, so they do. So Northern Storm manages to grab that dragon, and now that's going to put them on notice. However, Winions.
Yeah. Oh, they lost a Nexus turret for that too. It was smart to force that fight, although a bit unfortunate if you're a Blitzkrieg fan that Elder Drake was stolen. That's 2 steals this game, one by J-Dog and one against J-Dog in the form of Chaosix. Just as in everything, there must be balance in this game. But we'll see if they're able to hold with the advantage of that Elder Drake.
I mean, I think that Blitzkrieg is going to back off here. I think they're going to let their heads get back into it, grab any other last items they may want. Though, like you said, most everyone is full build now. And because I think they're scared of the Elder Drake, and for good reason. That's a 2 Infernal, 1 Ocean Elder Drake.
Yeah, exactly. That's what is that, 20-ish extra AP. Not to mention the true damage, and yeah, I absolutely agree. The wise course of action here would be to back off and just try to clear the creep wave and try to time out that Elder Drake buff.
I mean, they
about halfway.
Right. They can also just wait for Northern Storm to get a little overconfident here. I mean, Exia, I think, should actually stay in the back lane here and jump on that Lux once they push too far forward, but instead she teleports back. So now we have a reverse storyline here.
They do have a trap line to defend, though. That is a very strong part of Caitlyn's kit and kind of hard to play around. So I can see the argument for defending the turret directly.
Yeah, we'll see how they try to force this out. Of course, they're also pushing against super minions, which is a real problem. But they're also about to lose this Elder Drake, so they should think of something to do.
Yeah, and if I'm Blitzkrieg, what I want to see is a big engagement in the back line of Northern Storm the moment that Elder Drake buff wears out.
Well, that's going to happen. 10 seconds, give or take. Half the traps are down, though, so now they're pushing forward. We'll see what happens. Gotta Get Lucky is relatively low, all things considered. They are doing a big push here. Elder Drake is going to time out in about 3 seconds. One last hit will probably be all they're going to get on that turret. Now they have to fall back.
And really nice hold out of Blitzkrieg. Northern Storm wasn't, they tried, but they weren't able to do much more than pressure that and get some turret on the Nexus turret. On the plus side, they did secure Elder Drake. It would be way worse for them if it had gone the other way around and that Blitzkrieg had secured the Elder Drake that they had started. So I think if I'm Northern Storm, I'm happy with it, and if I'm Blitzkrieg, I'm happy with that hold.
I mean, a lot of the hold was basically just Gotta Get Lucky's traps, though. They had to wait for those to time out, and that was basically all they needed.
Yep, exactly. And between that and having to push the wave all the way from their base to the other one, that's, yep, exactly.
Alright, Inhibitor's respawning, but Baron buff is almost back. 45 seconds on that, and no wards on it from Northern Storm.
Yeah, they had some great vision before, but they have been, and they had control with that Elder Drake. I think I would have liked to have seen them back off earlier and establish that vision control.
I don't know if they'd be able to fight for, be fighting for Baron this whole time, though. I think that they're in that position both psychologically and, hook misses. And and now they might chase J-Dog out as well. Okay, so J-Dog gets out, they clear out the control ward, and now they have control of the Baron pit. Exia misses whole combo. Oh, Exia could get caught here. Good flash. Wash up top laner coming to contest. Gets a little poke, but nothing too big. Here comes the big boy, Sigtao Infinite, just walking around. Doesn't even care. Alright, so Baron is up. No wards on it. Top lane is still pushing hard for Blitzkrieg. So we'll see if the Winions can do anything.
Yep, and even bot lane is positioned well to create a large slow push, but Northern Storm has started on Baron, and Blitzkrieg is scrambling to get into position.
Sigtao Infinite is not there. This is going to be a huge penalty for them, and they're going to pay for it right now. Big trap comes up. J-Dog tries to jump in, doesn't quite work out. Watch out, top lane is getting killed by Baron. Nope, flashes away. So big damage there. Here comes Sigtao Infinite. Probably doesn't want to go too far forward here, as most of Blitzkrieg is still very healthy.
Yep, in fact, the person who took the brunt of that was Shaken Not Stirred, and his Warmont has kicked in and will be back up to full health soon.
Good, take the lantern. And they're resetting.
But this whole time, that bot lane that is split pushing is getting closer and closer to being needed to be dealt with. In fact, it looks like they're rotating over to deal with that. So so it looks like for the moment the pressure on Baron is let off.
Yeah, and it looks like they're pinging to try to do it again. Wash up top laner trying to get into some sort of position, maybe just to intercept or spot if anyone else is coming. They do see that there's this ward here, so they clear that out. Don't want to go too far forward. Northern Storm is really spread out. They could get picked off pretty easily here, especially Chaos, who's really far forward. Does pull himself out. Gotta get lucky, starts Baron. So here we go again. Exia waiting in the wings, try to pick anybody off. Tom Kench is warping over.
Yep, forces the teleport. It's great that they got that off. I love that they're backing off here. They wanted the cooldown, they got the cooldown, they got the kill. Oh, they got the GA as well.
They're getting a lot of kills in here in a second. Both of the Guardian Angels taken out. Tom Kench is probably going to die here as well, which is, yep, just deleted. Doesn't even get a chance to pop his thick skin. 2 people down. That is probably going to be it for Northern Storm in this fight. We'll see if they can hold afterwards, but all logic says no.
Yeah, I really, if you're a Blitzkrieg fan, if you're Blitzkrieg, you really need to end on this. You've got minute-long death timers on 2 players, although
Then
giving
again,
up Baron,
you know, a little bit of some turnaround here. Fan is still alive. And suddenly,
well, that's why you don't count your chickens before they hatch. But
see, here's what's happened in this fight that hasn't happened in most of the other fights. Fawn has survived the whole time.
yeah, able to consistently put down that damage from a safe location in the back line. Even has GA up, so could even die. Not that I'm recommending it.
Right. I mean, Fawn and Infinite both survived that whole engagement. I don't think there has been a single fight that Northern Storm has lost where Fawn has survived. So, I mean, obviously, you know, that sounds really obvious, but, you know, at the same time, you know, Fawn has not really been escaping as much as ADCs normally do. I mean, does have 7 deaths.
Yeah, and 11 kills, so it's very much a double-edged sword. Right. But that is great. It does very much seem that the fate of the team fight lands with the position of that AD carry.
And it looks as though they could get Baron here. Blitzkrieg all alone. There is no vision on, so no one else knows they are doing this. There is a call to get it done. Almost caught him. Might get the kills anyway, but it doesn't really matter. They took the Baron away from Northern Storm, which was really their one chance to get an offensive going.
Yep, exactly. Gotta get lucky. Does sacrifice his life to get it done, but they do walk out with that buff, and they only lose 1 for their trouble.
That being said, though, now they can get Elder Drake. There probably isn't a way for Northern Storm to be contested here with Caitlyn dead. So now we see Blitzkrieg realizing this, and they're digging in now. They don't have super minions to help them push anymore. They do have Baron buff, so it'll be Baron buff versus Elder Drake.
Yep. And if you're gonna give it up, I like what I see out of Wash Up top laner. If you're gonna have to give it up, you might as well shove the minion waves as hard as possible to buy yourself that much more time.
Looks like they're suggesting taking bot lane. That's a good idea. Get at least some objective out of this. Gotta get lucky is down for another 25 seconds. Pushing mid wouldn't actually be a terrible idea because once again, the best defense that Blitzkrieg has is that Caitlyn. But I mean, this is a very impressively long game going into almost an hour now.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely the longest of the day.
Well, we haven't seen game 2 of this set yet.
The longest of the day so far. Also, please, I hope not. But
all right, big hook there and watch up top laner. See what happens. Chaos immediately turns around onto Exia. Big knockup from the growth. Let's see what else happens. Exia gets out. J-Dog is in the middle of all of these. Everyone very low. Watch up top laner does a huge spin around, locking out a lot of characters there. They do have Sigtao Infinite still alive. Oh, huge shot from the... Gotta get lucky. Finishes off Fawn there. But Infinite and Shaken are still alive here. Exia going back to heal. So it's crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah, explosive fight. My favorite part of that whole thing was absolutely gotta get lucky finishes off Fawn, but Fawn right before that shot connects gets the one off that kills Wash Up top laner as well. So just a game of microseconds right there.
Probably the most even trades they could have expected at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm curious what the teams can get off of this. Shaken Not Stirred, that constant threat. He's relegated to dealing with the top lane, the slow push that washed up top laner got started about a minute ago. Looks like it's just resetting the game state, getting the lanes in a good position across the board.
They do still have Elder Drake available. Countdown is a little bit slower now. So.
Oh yeah, because that's a. Have there been 3 Elder Drake buffs? Yeah, there absolutely have.
3rd Elder Drake now, so they should be able to get maybe one more push out of it, depending on the countdown timers. Everyone is back.
Yeah, I think they have minutes left on that timer. That's nuts. It's so rare that I see 2 Elder Drakes in the same team for that what 5 or 10 minute long uptime. I can't remember.
Looks like they're just gonna push mid again. Bot lane is pushing rather aggressively for Blitzkrieg, so they're gonna have to look out for that. Oh, only 84 souls, Sigtal Lord. You can do better.
Yeah, and speaking of Sigtal Lord, definitely some highlights, some lowlights, but in theory, or in general, excuse me, I really am impressed with his debut performance as a player in the LCUS.
Top laner's in a lot of trouble here. Gets hit with all the big stuff, but may still end up going down. Nope, Sigtal Infinite gets picked off as well. We find going on top laner. So 1 for 1 so far. They do get the big man. Let's see if he can tough skin his way out of it. Nope, he gets charmed. Oh, he does. Thick skin with 56 hit points. Gets taken out anyway. That is a massive amount of damage coming out of that Ahri. Snipe does very little damage in comparison.
Speaking of massive, those health bars are insane when they pop Gargoyle Stone Plate. Even at a quarter of his health, Washed Up top laner still had 4,000 health left. That's insane.
Sig Lord going down to try to clear up this bot lane here. Probably not the best choice to do it. Inhibitor is going to go down. Exia coming down here to help push. May be able to get this other turret, which is going to be huge. All right.
Yeah,
Next inhibitor turret down.
Sorry, I keep starting the same second either. If they get the second inhibitor, which they absolutely are, this is a big momentum swing. It had been stalled for so long. Let's see if Blitzkrieg can finish up the game and bring it home, or if Northern Storm is going to be able to hold yet another time. They've had some fantastic holds.
Yeah, Elder Dragon buff is gone now. I think because everyone who had it died. I could be wrong. So there's only 2 turrets left for Northern Storm, who's only taken 1 turret in the last, I'm going to say 30 minutes.
Yeah, this game has stalled for that long. You are absolutely correct.
Oh, they do get that top turret though. So there you go.
There you go. They've doubled their turrets taken in the last 30 minutes.
Speaking of health, the minion health is also insane now. Cannon minions have 3,000 hit points.
Oh wow. What are super minions up to, or do they scale? I can't remember. But
super minions are 56.
Man, you don't even notice because the players have so much damage, but that's starting to get intense.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the stats here. We got Sig's at 3,000, Chaos is at 33, almost 5,000 health for Shaken. Meanwhile, Renekton has 4,200. And everyone else is, about what you'd expect.
Looking through,
this Ahri is just so much damage.
Yeah, Exia's Ahri is terrifying. If I was playing this game and if I was anything but a tank, if I was anyone but Shaken Not Stirred, I would be terrified of rounding a corner and seeing an
Oh,
Ahri.
Sigtal Infinite might get caught out here. This would be huge. This would be huge. Okay. Alright, lots of retreat pings. They don't want Exia to get caught either. Or maybe that was the other side saying, don't go there because that's where Exia is. Alright.
And I like this position that I'm seeing out of Team Blitzkrieg. And Northern Storm is matching exactly like they should be as well, but Blitzkrieg has got 2 inhibitors down. Instead of trying to push either one of those lanes, they're lined up on top to force the last objective and let their super minions do the work.
Speaking of last objective, Baron is now up. So while the super minions are flooding in, Northern Storm is now basically rocking a hard place right here. And they actually are leaving their base, completely forgetting about this Super Wave, who is right down here. I'll pull the turret health up here so we can watch it very quickly die. Baron, meanwhile, is going down as well. Blitzkrieg, ooh, laser almost steals it. And now Fawn comes back, but the turret has lost half health so far. Regeneration is pretty significant, though.
Yeah, exactly. Although they stop regenerating at a certain point now, so the damage kind of sticks somewhat. I want to tell you a story about ancient history. Do you remember about 40 minutes ago when the Winians killed this other inhibitor turret?
Yes.
It's finally coming home. It's finally mattering that happened.
Well, we'll see how this top lane push. Exia really likes pushing this mid lane at the same time. Does have the damage to probably take out Chaos 1v1. This turret is totally going to die. I've got to get lucky. Gets one angle on it. So we'll see.
But they're doing a good job of screening. You got to get lucky off of it.
They are. Exia is going to be the real problem, though. Now decide to rotate down to the bot lane.
And I actually really like that out of Exia, largely because the only person that could even begin to withstand that damage is Shaken Not Stirred, but that is also all of their front line, so he can't leave where the main group of people are.
All right, 77 seconds without Jarvan. This is probably the end right here. Here comes washed up top laner to get in this. Shaken Not Stirred is very slowly trying to drag himself back to the turrets. Exia is just using that Baron buff. It doesn't matter. Top laner dives in. May actually go down here. Very low health. Tristana Explosion should take him out. Does not. Big damage here, though. Good time on that stopwatch effect, but they focus the Nexus, and there we go.
What a game one to a best of two series. This is a 65-minute long game. Incredibly close the whole time. At the end, when goal leads were irrelevant, the teams were able to stall out. In between, they were neck and neck with each other the whole time. This is a fantastic game.
All right, we'll check out some quick advanced details here. Just 1 second. Look at all these nice damage spikes. Jeez, ADCs, tons of damage. All good things. All right, quick break, and if any of you are still with us, we will be returning in less than a minute for the last game of the night, Game 2, Northern Storm Blitzkrieg. Don't go anywhere.